Yo, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to the Journey Podcast. I have a really interesting insight to my life, the way I'm thinking right now, that I want to share with you guys because I think it makes a very interesting way to approach life. Now, this isn't like a business tip. This isn't like a marketing tip. This isn't like super tactical information that you can apply into your business, but it is something that might change your life in the way that you think and also might help you achieve a higher level of success. So, I am currently in the process of writing a second book. Now, I say in the process is like very early on in the process in the sense that like I'm trying to think about what it is that I even want to write about. I'm writing down ideas, kind of brainstorming, mind mapping. Haven't started writing anything. It's probably isn't going to be something that I'll be ready to put out into like the next 2 to 3 years. But I am consciously thinking about, okay, what do I want to teach in this next book? What do I want to talk about? What are the challenges that I want to face? What are the things that I want to overcome? And, it's interesting. My first book, I'll give you a synopsis of my first book. My first book was about me graduating from high school, not knowing what I wanted to do in my life, but knowing that I wanted to be successful. And so it was about me running away from the fear that I would fail and also chasing the dream of success. And there was a challenge in that book. That challenge and that, I guess the antagonist was my fear of failure and the impending doom and time that was ticking that was keeping me from being successful, or like the time that was ticking that was like, okay, I have to go give up this dream and get a real job or something like that. So that was like the challenge, and that was like the enemy of that book. But I'm at a place in my life right now to where I am growing and my business is growing, but life feels too easy, right? I wake up, I have my daily routine, my team works well, we're helping students. There's no real antagonist in my life right now. Where I was 16 to 23 or 16 to 24, I woke up every single day with the fear that like I would have to give up my dream, or the fear that I would be a failure. But now it's like, okay, I am so confident in my abilities that I no longer have that fear. But at the same time, there's no challenge in the sense that like, if I were to write a book, you have to have an enemy. You have to have a villain. You have to have a challenge. Otherwise, the book would be boring, right? Imagine if Harry Potter didn't have Voldemort and didn't have that challenge of Voldemort, and he just went to school, learned how to be a wizard, and got a job, right? That would be an extremely boring book. There has to be something there to make the story interesting. And so I thought, what is that for my life right now? What kind of resistance am I facing in my life right now that I can tell as a story later? I really don't have any. And so I'm thinking about, how can I create that? How can I, push myself to a level to where I create that resistance that will then create like a good story in the future. And to be honest, I don't really know what that is. I don't really know what that's going to be, but it's on my mind. And I think that's how people should be living, to tell a great story. Or that's how people are going to be able to, that's how people live who, achieve a higher level of success, is that they're the people who, push against a villain or push against a challenge and achieve and overcome and conquer. Not the people who take the easy route, that have no challenges, that go to school, that get a job. There's nothing wrong with that either. I'm talking about people who want to like, live a life of greatness worth of telling a movie. Not everybody wants that. That's totally fine. Like my mom tells me all the time that she's very happy with her 9 to 5 routine. And like, I'm extremely happy for you. As long as you're happy, like that's the number one thing. But for me personally, that's not what I want. Right. And so I'm just thinking to myself, okay, what can I do to create resistance in my life that will allow me to become a better version of myself? And I don't have the answer for that, but I've been thinking about it. And I wanted to share that thought with you because I don't think many people think about, how can I create resistance in my life to make me better, or at least to tell a better story. So wanted to leave you guys with that, share a little bit about what's going on inside my mind. That being said, I hope this was helpful in some way. I know that there's no answers here, but I appreciate you sitting down and listening to me. So talk soon. Peace.